The shockwaves are still coming after Donald Trump.
अभी आपको खबर दें, ट्रंप टैरिफ से अमेरिकी स्टॉक मार्केट में बोलचाल आ गया है।
वो कितना टैरिफ लगाते हैं यूएस पे, यूएस ने जवाबी कार्रवाई पे कितना टैरिफ लगाया है।
Visé par des droits de douane supplémentaires de 34% imposés par les États-Unis.
أعلنها الرئيس الأمريكي دونالد ترامب والبالغة 10% على مجمل المنتجات المستوردة إلى أمريكا.
Bueno, ya lo hizo en su mandato anterior y causó dificultades a todo el planeta.
Trade wars can lead to real military conflict.
Can't really watch the stock market. There'll be a little disturbance. We're okay with that.
Global stocks are this morning in free fall following US President Donald Trump.
China has today retaliated against US tariffs on imports into America
after China announced retaliatory tariffs of 34% on all US goods.
This one Trump move wiped $2.4 trillion from the stock market in just 25 seconds. Is this making America great again? Welcome back to Makaverse Beta. We connect the dots. We break it down. Stay tuned. Imagine a world where global trade rules are rewritten overnight, a watershed moment that upends the international order. Today, we expose the shockwave, a market meltdown that rocked Wall Street and slammed your wallet. Since January 20th, 2025, the economy's been on a wild ride. Crypto boomed and busted. Inflation soared, prices skyrocketed. Everyday essentials turned into unaffordable luxuries. But Trump's latest move? A tariff bomb. Let's jump into the announcement that sparked it all. The tariff bomb, a breakdown. On April 2nd, 2025, Trump unveiled sweeping tariffs, what he called Liberation Day. In the Rose Garden, he declared his Declaration of Economic Independence. He imposed a universal 10% tariff on every U.S. import, then dropped more tariffs. China, 54%, Vietnam, 46%, EU, 20%, Japan, 24%. Baseline tariffs took effect on April 5th. Higher reciprocal rates kicked in on April 9th. Further details trickling through. Within minutes, chaos erupted. The Dow plunged roughly 1,680 points. The S&P 500 wiped out about $2.4 trillion in value. The NASDAQ dipped nearly 5%. Global reactions: China lashed out. It called Trump's move unilateral bullying and vowed heavy retaliation. As the Lady of the Middle Kingdom, China now strikes back with a retaliatory 34% tariff, determined to defend its interests. On April 4th, 2025 in Beijing, a striking scene emerged, a woman carrying her child near Apple and Nike stores, as China announced a 34% tariff on U.S. imports starting April 10th, pushing overall duties to at least 54%. The Chinese Commerce Ministry filed a WTO lawsuit arguing U.S. measures seriously violate WTO rules. Time magazine reports China is even using AI to monitor these moves. Canada fired counter tariffs on U.S. autos. Across the Atlantic, the EU slammed the tariffs as
you should actually go to prison and not to the European Commission.
Economic vandalism. Global markets tumbled. In the United Kingdom, shockwaves hit hard. Trump imposed a 10% tariff on British exports, with cars hit with a 25% duty. Ministers set a deadline for a deal to stop U.S. tariffs. Reports from Daily Mail and The Independent revealed that Britain was pushed to import chlorine-washed, chlorinated chicken for tariff relief, despite strict food safety standards. A 2014 Consumer Report study found 97% of tested American chicken contained harmful bacteria. Critics call the tariff math idiotic and crazy. Debates persist over why Russia was omitted, a question raised by BBC and The Times. AP News emphasizes that Trump's tariffs have smashed through global markets, triggering threats and calls for talks. Now let's see what this means for you. Real lives, real impact. This isn't an abstract game, it's personal. Think of tariffs as a tax on imported goods. Imagine buying a family car, essential for everyday life, and its price jumps by as much as $8,000 on average. That is what's happening. Everyday electronics become unaffordable, and basic groceries may spike by up to 10% overnight. Picture the impact. Sarah in Birmingham, a local furniture store owner, sees her costs soar by 25% from her Vietnamese suppliers. Malik in Manchester, an engineer, finds his work stalled by delayed chip supplies. In Lagos, rising costs disrupt critical industries. Across Shanghai, retaliatory tariffs force consumers into tough choices. Real lives, real pain. Millions feel the squeeze. When every household feels the pinch, the next 90 days become critical. Let's map out the crisis timeline. The next 90 days, predictive analysis. Brace yourself for what's coming. Month 1, global market panic spreads like wildfire. Retaliatory tariffs erupt worldwide. Consumer fear escalates with every headline. Month 2, inflation surges to record highs. Fragile supply chains fracture under mounting pressure. Political tensions boil over. Central banks scramble to stabilize currencies. Month 3, currency values swing wildly. Interest rates soar. Recession fears deepen globally. The economic landscape transforms dramatically. Predictive analysis based on historical trends and expert forecasts suggests these next 90 days could redefine the global order, like watching tectonic plates shift beneath the economy. But Trump insists we are restoring American economic strength by leveling the playing field and holding our trading partners accountable. Critics versus supporters. Critics compare Trump's tariff strategy to the Smoot-Hawley tariff, a relic that once plunged the global economy into downturn. They slam the math as idiotic and crazy. Yet many of Trump's supporters see these measures as a bold corrective, designed to combat decades of unfair trade practices and revive American manufacturing. Trump insists we are restoring American economic strength by leveling the playing field and holding our trading partners accountable. This debate is about more than numbers. It's about the future of global cooperation and world economy. Trump's tariff war, Elon Musk's $2 trillion gamble sparks global turmoil. Donald Trump's tariff war wasn't just about trade, it was economic warfare, reshaping alliances and rattling industries. But tariffs alone couldn't fix the system. Enter Elon Musk, Trump's wild card, tasked with slashing $2 trillion in federal spending as head of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Musk's reforms were sweeping, eliminating programs like USAID, reducing education budgets, and laying off tens of thousands of workers. While these moves saved billions, they also left critical services diminished. Meanwhile, Tesla and SpaceX thrived, securing $21 billion in government contracts since 2008, sparking outrage over perceived conflicts of interest. Under mounting criticism, Musk has hinted at stepping back, citing the need to focus on his companies. Critics view this as a strategic retreat amid political heat and Tesla's declining fortunes. This dual role sparks fierce debate on innovation, governance, and ethical accountability. Some experts warn that his actions undermine his public mission. Global ripples. The global chessboard is shifting. Germany's auto industry faces severe disruption, with production down 15% and combustion engine exports plunging 40%. Volkswagen is cutting jobs and shutting factories, while Chinese electric vehicles dominate key markets. Trump's recent tariffs, 25% on EU goods and 27% on Indian imports, are driving up global costs. The S&P 500 has suffered its worst drop since COVID, falling 4.8% amid mounting uncertainty. Japan's semiconductor exports reveal critical supply chain vulnerabilities. Saudi Arabia's push for UN-based oil trade threatens dollar dominance. Asia is caught in the crossfire. Vietnam faces steep tariffs. Taiwan grapples with supply chain chaos, and regional industries brace for impact. Reuters and Sky News report that tariffs could drive up bar bills and wipe out spirits jobs, severely impacting the hospitality sector. Expert insights from the New York Times and King's College London warn that these measures could trigger long-term instability with ripple effects that may reshape the world economy. Two divergent futures lie ahead. Scenario 1, if Trump's gamble pays off, the U.S. reclaims trade dominance, jobs return, and the economy stabilizes. A new era of prosperity dawns. A fresh normal emerges as global markets adjust. Scenario 2, if not, global alliances may fracture, the dollar could crumble, and middle-class wealth may evaporate. Economic chaos and long-term turmoil might become the new norm. Your future hangs in the balance. This isn't just a headline, it's your economic reality. Which scenario will history record? There's more. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and press the bell icon. If this video has piqued your interest, check out our special investigative story about Trump and the Russian Secret Service. Is Trump a Russian asset in the House? Secret contacts, intelligence insights, geopolitical fallout. Tell us what you would like us to cover in future. This is your channel, so subscribe now. Stay informed. Stay ahead. This is Makaverse Beta. We connect the dots for you.
you.